Hey guys, so I'm coming at you again with another tech tutorial. This time it's a tutorial that was requested by my very own brother. He wanted to see how to edit his audio on his computer for my commentaries on these videos. I've been using Camtasia Studio and Adobe Premiere for my audio and video editing, but recently I found that Audacity is a lot better option for me to start editing my audio with before putting it into Adobe or Camtasia. Reason being is you get a little bit more flexibility within Audacity than you would with Adobe Premiere or Camtasia. Don't get me wrong, those programs are very good at what they do. It's just I want to have more control over my audio, and that's where Audacity comes into play. So with Audacity, it's a free piece of software. I'll leave a link in the description down below. And it's absolutely free and very powerful. So let's just get right into it. Let's go ahead and open Audacity. I'm going to open up an audio file real quick. And File. And then whenever you open up a file, this warning pops up. Make sure you select Make a Copy of the selected file before editing. It is a lot safer to edit a copy of whatever audio file you have than to select the second option of reading the file directly and editing the original, because if you edit that original, whatever you did to it, it's final and you can't go back. So you want to be sure that you make a copy, so if you make any mistakes, you actually have the original you can go back to and make a copy again and just keep on working with it. It's a lot safer. Now it does take a couple of seconds for it to make that copy, but it shouldn't take long at all, depending on your computer. So what we're actually going to be working with is this little section right here. This little section right here between the 2 and 230 mark. And what it is this fuzz. It's supposed to be silenced, but I'll let you hear it really quick. That's supposed to be silenced. That's supposed to be completely flatlined, but it's not, because there's a whole bunch of ambient noise that my microphone picks up. By the way, I'm using the Turtle Beach wireless headset for my recording. It's not the best microphone, but it's a lot better than using the webcam microphone I was using before. So I can only do so much for this because it's still going to have pretty bad quality as compared to professional microphones. But this is the best I can do for now, and let's make the best of it. So let's go ahead and get started. So as you heard right there, that's supposed to be complete silence, but there's a lot of ambient noise. So also you'll see this kind of fuzz located in here as well. I'll zoom into this part right here. And as you see right here in this one, just for reference, between 224 and 224.10 and 224.30, there's this little piece right here. I'm zoomed in pretty well, and you could still see that this has a lot of noise right here. So I'm going to go ahead and let this play.
Okay, so here we go.
So you really can't tell much, but this flat line, you're supposed to be seeing a lot more of that flat line, but you're not able to due to the fact that you have this fuzz just going through it all the way. And that's what we're trying to get rid of. This fuzz right here is what we're trying to get rid of throughout the whole entire project. So go ahead and just select a little tiny bit of this fuzz right here. Just a good second of it. And then once you have that second, go ahead and play it. Just make sure that it is nothing but ambient noise. And then go to Effect up in your toolbar and Noise Removal and Get Noise Profile. You'll notice that the OK is grayed out because there is no noise profile that will show up. So just keep that in mind. If it's not OK, if there's not an OK right here, it's because you have no noise profile. And step 2 we'll worry about here in a second. So go ahead and get that noise profile, and then do Control A to select your entire audio project, because you want to apply this to the whole thing. If you don't want to apply it to the whole thing and you just want to apply it to a certain section, then just go ahead and select that section and it'll work just the same. But for now, Control A is what we're doing. Then go to Effect in your toolbar again, and then go to Noise Removal, and you see OK pops up, meaning your noise profile is there and you're good to go. Step 2. noise reduction. You want to make sure that your noise reduction and your sensitivity and your attack decay and frequency, all of this is up to what you want it, to your standards. You can just mess around with it as much as you like, but I usually just leave it as default. For noise, you want to make sure you select remove. Whatever profile you want, you want to make sure you remove that from your project. So that's what this option gives you. This radio button here for isolate, this will actually isolate that noise profile you gave it. So if you select isolate, that noise profile you got of nothing but silence is what you'll get for the whole entire project. So all your voice and everything will be gone, and you'll be left with just nothing but that ambient noise throughout the whole entire project. So you don't want to do that. Unless you do, then go ahead and do that. But for now, we just want to do remove and then hit OK. Now for me, usually this is a 13-minute project file right here. It takes about 20 seconds for it to do. Depending on your computer, it will take longer or less for it to go ahead and render this. But for 13 minutes, it takes 20 seconds. It's pretty good. If you have hours of audio, then of course it's going to take a little bit longer. But just let it do its thing and you'll be brought right back to this. So we were messing right here with the 224, the 224.10 to the 224.30, and as you see, you can see more of that flat line throughout the whole project now. And if we play this where it's supposed to be nothing but silence and there was a little bit of fuzz here, it's gone. It's pure silence now. And the rest of your audio should sound a lot cleaner.
Okay, so here we go.
And as you notice, it's a lot cleaner. There's a lot less fuzz than there was before. So that's a good thing. And next thing you want to do, if you want a good, pleasant sounding narration, you want to make sure that for a mel, you amplify your bass a little bit. You don't have to. If you like the sound of your voice already, then you don't have to do anything like that. But for me, I'll give you an example. My microphone kind of raises all the treble and the highs and the lows. It really doesn't do much with. So I'll give you a preview right here, right before 228. We'll go ahead and let this play.
And then be sure to catch it on the safe strap menu.
So you hear a little bit of bass, but not as much. There's more trebles and mids and highs there. The mids and highs are there. So what we want to do is Control All. So this will edit the whole entire project. Go to Effect and bass and treble. Alright, so for your bass, it's usually a 15. You can mess with the bass and treble. Everyone's voice is different, so obviously this should be different for everyone. So just mess around with this to your liking. You can undo it if you want to. I'll show you that here in a second, but just either leave these at default for now and then just mess with them later, or mess with them now and undo them and just keep working with it. And for levels, I usually just put it at 0.0. It's going to make this the wavelengths a lot shorter, so the audio will be a lot quieter depending on your voice. But we will mess with that here in a second. So for now, bass and treble, mess with it to your liking, and then hit OK. It usually takes 10 seconds for this to go all the way through. And there we go. So as you see, your wavelengths are a lot shorter, so your audio is not going to be as loud. I'm going to go ahead and play this part again.
And then be sure to catch it on the safe strap menu.
So as you hear, there's a lot more bass, but it is a lot more muffled. That's due in part because of my microphone. It's not up to par to a professional microphone, and it did get a little bit, the wavelengths did get shortened, so it's a lot quieter. So we can go ahead and amplify that. If for whatever reason you did not like what you just did, do Control Z, and that will bring you back, and then you can just go to Effect and bass and treble again, and then just keep on modifying it. If you for some odd reason did Control Z and right now and you were like, oh wait, I didn't want to do that, just do Control Y and it'll bring you right back to where you were. So I'm okay with those settings, so I'm going to leave it just as it is, and I'm just going to amplify it. So I'm going to do Control A to select the whole project, go to Effect in the toolbar, and go to Amplify. And here's where you can actually amplify your voice so it makes it a little bit louder and your wavelength's a lot bigger. So for amplification, you'll see this OK button right here is allowing me to hit it. But if you go up to a certain level that it doesn't like, then it's going to gray out this OK. Reason being is because it finds that in certain points, like for example, there's probably a click or something right here, and it's a lot taller than my regular wavelength in my voice. So what this does, it calculates the highest point in the wavelength, and if it goes past the threshold, which is usually right here at the end of the bar, then it counts that as clipping. And clipping's bad because you get this loud click on your speakers. It's not very pleasant. But for whatever reason, you want to amplify it past that, and you're sure that you're not going to get that loud click sound, then you can select allow clipping, and that will allow you to set the amplification level to whatever you want without it not allowing it. So for myself, I'm going to want it to be at about a 5.0, and I have to select allow clipping from it to allow it to do that. So we'll see how that is. Shouldn't take too long for it to do that, and there you go. So as you see, many of the peaks right here are very high, and it's probably going to clip. Let's go ahead and listen to it.
And then be sure to catch it.
And as you see right here, these red bars, that means it's peaking, it's clipped. For a lot of people that does become an issue, but for myself, I can just do post-production and edit it and adjust the levels so it doesn't clip. So it's up to you, whatever you want it to be. If it's just audio that you're going to be producing and not putting it in a video, then make sure that these are not clipping, because it does become unpleasant to certain people. But then again, this is all different for every different kind of situation, so just keep editing to your liking. This is just a general layout of ideas of what you can do with this. So I'm going to go ahead and listen to it once more.
And then be sure to catch it on the Safe Strap menu. It'll pop up here in a second. There we go. Just hit recovery.
So that's as good as I'm going to get it for my microphone. It does sound a little muffled, but the lows are where I want it to be. It sounds pleasant. The highs and the mids aren't as intrusive as they were before. So I'm actually liking where I'm at with this, and I can just go ahead and export this. So I can go to File, and then export, and then save it to wherever I want to save it. You can save it as an MP3, a WAV file. You can save it as a AAC file, an AC3, a WMA. If you want the highest quality lossless, that's usually the WAV file. If you want a little bit more compressed but smaller file, that's MP3. So name it whatever you want, and then just hit save. Alright guys, so that's it for the Audacity tutorial. I hope you found it informative, and if you did, be sure to give me a like right down below over there by the subscribe button. Lets me know that I did well on this video, and lets a lot of other people be able to find this video and be helped by it as well. If you have any questions about this or any other videos you want to see, be sure to leave a comment down below. I'm really quick and good at getting at those, so feel free to leave a comment down below. Also, there's a lot more videos like these coming out, and a lot of videos already on my channel dealing with tech, either with phone, computer, anything tech related. Go ahead and check out my channel for that, and subscribe so you can get all these new videos coming out in the tech field as soon as they come out. Alright guys, that's it for now. Y'all have a good one.